Hey friends, welcome. February 5th, 2025. Imagine stepping into today, this very moment, with Jesus physically walking among us. Not just in spirit, not just as a figure from history, but here, now, moving through our streets, encountering real people with real places. What would he do? Who would he speak to? How would he respond to the struggles, the joys, and the deep needs of our modern world? Each day, we explore Jesus' journey as if he were truly here, living and breathing in our time. Today, we follow him through Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, where he speaks truth, heals hearts, and invites everyone, rich or poor, powerful or powerless, to walk in love, grace, and renewal. The first light of dawn creeps over Lake Hefner, painting the sky in hues of lavender and amber. The city is still, but Jesus is awake, kneeling by the water's edge. The wind carries the scent of damp grass as he prays. Father, he whispers, guide me today. Let those who need you find you. Let those who are burdened feel your peace. As joggers pass by, some glance at him curiously. A few pause, sensing something unexplainable about his presence. But Jesus remains in prayer until it is time to move. His next stop is the Homeless Alliance on North Pennsylvania Avenue, a shelter dedicated to helping those experiencing homelessness. As he walks in, he is met with the scent of coffee, scrambled eggs, and biscuits being served for breakfast. Volunteers rush between tables, delivering meals, offering smiles. Jesus doesn't just serve food. He sits. He listens. A middle-aged man, unshaven and weary, stirs his coffee absently. I used to have a job, he mutters. Used to have a family. Lost everything after one mistake. Jesus nods. You are definitely not defined by what you have lost. There is still life ahead of you. The man swallows hard, blinking away tears. No one has told him that before. A woman, holding a tattered backpack close to her chest, asks, does God still love me after all I've done? Jesus looks at her gently. He never stopped. She exhales shakily, gripping her coffee cup a little tighter, clinging to hope. At OU Health, Jesus steps through the hospital doors, moving past the sterile white walls and beeping monitors. The air is heavy with the weight of suffering, with hushed voices of nurses and the muffled sobs of families waiting for news. He enters the pediatric oncology ward, where a little boy, bald from chemotherapy, clutches a stuffed dinosaur. His mother sits beside him, exhaustion written all over her face. Jesus kneels beside the child. What is your dinosaur's name? Rexy, the boy whispers. Rexy looks strong, Jesus says with a smile, and so do you. The mother lets out a quiet sob. I just don't know how much more he can take. Jesus takes her hand. You are not alone. Every tear you've cried, every sleepless night, you are seen. You are loved. Tears stream down her face. She doesn't have words, but she doesn't need them. From there, Jesus walks to Scissortail Park, a green oasis in the heart of downtown. People are gathered, some on their lunch breaks, some resting beneath the trees. A group of young professionals sit on a bench, scrolling through their phones, discussing promotions, salaries, and career goals. Jesus sits among them. "What do you think matters most in life?" he asks. One man smirks. "Success, money, security." Jesus nods thoughtfully. "And if you gain all of those things, but lose yourself in the process?" Silence. A woman sighs. "I work 60 hours a week. I hardly see my family. I keep thinking, when I make it big, then I'll slow down." Jesus looks at her. "But what if life is happening now? What if the people you love need you today?" She swallows. The question lingers long after Jesus stands and walks away. At the Oklahoma State Capitol, government officials argue in chambers over new policies. Some debate over homelessness solutions. Others discuss tax breaks for corporations. Jesus listens. He watches as some leaders argue passionately for justice, while others use their power for self-interest. He steps forward. "A city is only as strong as its weakest," he says. Silence falls. Some look uncomfortable. Others scoff. "Who are you?" one senator asks. "What authority do you have to speak here?" Jesus meets his gaze. "I am the good shepherd, and a true leader does not seek power, but serves those in need." Some leaders shift in their seats. Others roll their eyes. "You don't understand how the system works," one mutters. Jesus smiles sadly. "Perhaps that is the problem." And then he leaves, but the weight of his words linger. As the neon signs flicker to life in Stockyard City, Jesus steps into Cattleman's Steakhouse, a legendary spot where cowboys and truckers share stories over thick steaks and baked potatoes. The room is filled with laughter, the scent of grilled meat, the clatter of silverware against plates. Jesus takes a seat at a table with truckers, men with calloused hands and road-weary faces. One of them, staring into his glass, mutters, "I messed up. I cheated on my wife. She doesn't know yet, but I don't think I can ever be the man she thought I was." Jesus looks at him. "You are not your worst decision." The man grips his glass tighter. "But I can't undo it." "No," Jesus says, "but you can change what you do next." The man swallows hard. His steak sits untouched. He never expected to be confronted with grace at a dinner table. Before the city sleeps, Jesus finds a quiet place in Myriad Botanical Gardens. The glow of the city lights reflect the water features. The air is cool, filled with the scent of damp earth and freshly cut grass. He kneels beneath a towering oak, eyes closed, lifting his heart to the Father. Let those who heard today remember. Let those who are lost find their way. Let those who doubt feel your presence. As the night deepens, his prayer lingers in the air, as if the very city itself has heard it. So, today we walked with Jesus through Oklahoma City. We saw him touch lives, speak truth, and call people back to the heart of God. But his journey does not end here. Tomorrow is another day, another city, another opportunity to witness his love in action. So, Where will Jesus go next? Who will he meet? What lessons will he teach? Come back and walk with him again tomorrow, because in ways we may not always see, he is still walking among us today. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because when you do, you'll get an alert every day when I post a new video. That way you can keep up to speed with the things we're discussing. We're a community of 400,000 believers. Let's keep this message going forward. And before you leave today, let me say a prayer for the hopes, needs, and intentions that you're holding in your heart on this day. You ready? I'll lead. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow, where Jesus goes to another city and takes us on another adventure. There's going to be lessons to be learned, and it's just going to be beautiful. And don't forget, hug your family. They love you, and I care about you too. Have a beautiful day, friends. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.